Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Tech Bytes unboxing session. Today we are mixing it up. We have in front of us a late 2020 M1 Mac Mini. Now I know many of you are probably wondering, why are we opening a Mac Mini from late 2020 in the year 2022, especially considering that the Mac Studio was just announced, which for all intents and purposes nullifies anything that the Mac Mini had? Well, it's a very good question, and it's one that we'll answer when I do some benchmark comparisons between this M1 Mac Mini and my current Windows desktop PC that I built myself. So without further ado, let's jump into the unboxing. Now, Apple has never disappointed when it comes to their packaging. This is fantastic. You can see it's shrink wrapped. The box itself is all very, very clean white. There's no smudges, nothing like that. The labels and the stickers are all placed exactly where you'd want them to be. Again, I'm not a huge Apple person myself. I have had a few iPhones here and there, but the packaging that they put and the work that they put into building their boxes and components, it always amazes me when you compare this to, I don't know, something like Toshiba or Samsung. There's just a lot of craftsmanship that goes into something like the packaging, and I can appreciate it. But now it's time to tear it off. So let's see if we can take this off without damaging the box. That would be ideal. We may have made a pretty nice clean cut there. These unboxing videos are always hit or miss for me. Sometimes they come out great. Other times I manage to destroy the entire box in the process. So this one seems like it's coming out pretty clean. Let's get that out of the way. All right, it's time for the official unveiling. It sure is stuck on there tight. I don't want to drop it, so I'm trying to be as careful as possible. All right, we're here. And here we have it, the Mac Mini. Let's move this off to the side. Wow, it is perfectly placed in that box. There is no breathing room whatsoever. Oh wow, do you see that? It has the plastic wrap all over it. I tend to get pretty OCD with that. Sometimes I'm okay taking it off. Other times I really need to keep it on there for a while, and I don't know why I'm that way. I just am. Here it is. This is so much smaller than I thought it was going to be. After seeing some comparisons of this against the Mac Studio, I thought I was in for almost like a mini ITX tower, which if you're not familiar is kind of a smaller desktop, but this is it. This is insane. So here is my hand, which is about, I don't know, 7 inches or so, right next to the Mac Mini. This thing is tiny. Here it is next to just a very standard pocket knife. You can see it's almost as big, and this is a small carry pocket knife. This thing is tiny. The footprint is tiny. Here's my fingers up against the side of it. I cannot believe how small this is. I love the way that they packaged it. I can't wait to try this out. There will be plenty of more videos following in terms of benchmarks and getting this set up, and also reasons why I bought that particular model and so late into 2022. Here we go. We have the packaging form as just your standard Mac Mini, probably just a nice little startup guide if we were looking for something like that. And then finally the power cable, and that's it. It seems like Apple these days don't send anything. Even with the new iPhones, I have one of the iPhone 13 minis, and it didn't even come with a power block, so I had to buy that separately. So it's always interesting. I'm all for the minimalist approach, but when it comes time for me to actually start dropping money because you're not providing me with things I need, that's when I start to have an issue. But in this case, I think this is all we need. I do have, obviously, if we look at the ports that this has on the back, I did a little research prior to it. It might be all sealed up right now. Yeah, so we'll cover that later. But this does only have support for 2 monitors. If you went with the M1 from a laptop like a MacBook Air, you would only have support for 1 external monitor because that laptop monitor counts as one as well. So in this case, I do have a few other cables to connect it up to my monitors, but let's get the box out of the way. This is it for the box. Very, very streamlined, very minimal. If we look at what came in it, we have our M1 Mac Mini. We have the cable, and then we have a nice little thank you for dropping a bunch of money on a tiny little computer pamphlet here that Apple sent with us. And that's it. That concludes our unboxing session. Thank you for watching. This is more of a teaser for what is to come later, but there will be plenty of videos related to this M1 Mac Mini and the plans that I have for it going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.